Hi everyone, it's Kristi. Welcome back. All right, so I've got a couple of pieces pulled out that I want to use on the front cover. I think I want to use this on the back and this on the front. But I want to line that first. This will go on the spine. So the first thing I need to do is ink. I think I'm going to go back to my vintage photo distress oxide for this one. Gathered Twigs is supposed to be darker, but I don't find that so. Let me, especially on this brown craft paper, I'm not sure. I don't want to use the ground espresso because I don't have it in the oxide, and I really want to use the oxide. So let's, this has the ground espresso ink on it. Wow, it does hold a lot. Okay, so this is Gathered Twigs. Okay, and this is Vintage Photo. See, I find that the Vintage Photo is darker for me. So I'm going to use the Vintage Photo, and there's a reason why so many people use Vintage Photo. It's awesome. Okay, so don't need that. I want to get a new sponge though, because this one is disintegrating, and I probably need to order some of those. They're really not that expensive, and I can get them at Hobby Lobby for half price, so next time I go, maybe I'll just grab some, because I think that's slightly cheaper than Amazon. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and ink up the booklet. I should have done that before I came back to you. I wasn't even thinking about inking. I was working on the measurements for the other one, and I will, at the end of this series, I will show you. I haven't glued it together yet, but basically it finishes at 5.5 by 6, and it has a smaller spine, and you end up with a couple extra pockets. So I think that's actually a really nice size. So we will come back to that. I won't do it on camera, but I will do a flip through when I get it decorated. So I have written front and back, well, I've written F and B, but because I get turned around so easily, I do want my 3 openings on the right, 2 openings with the pocket on the left. Okay, so that's this. So let's go ahead and ink around this. And I'm going to go ahead and do this and then come back. 2 things to keep in mind. If you want to ink, go ahead and ink your envelopes before you put this book together. It'll be a little bit easier. I mean, it's not impossible, but it'll be a little bit easier. Number 2, this craft card that the envelopes are made out of, craft paper, craft card, whatever it is very absorbent. So it will suck up the ink, and it'll look like there's no ink on there, and you just keep putting it on, and you're like, where is it? So, you know, just be aware of that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put these on, and I am using the front cover. I hate to cover it up, but you know, there's only 10 double-sided pages in the Stamperia collection, and I love them all, so it kind of makes me sad. I think if I buy again, or when I buy again, because I definitely will buy again, I'm going to have to buy 2 of whatever I buy, because it's too hard to choose between all these beautiful designs. So I'm going to go ahead and put these mats on. The front, is that writing the right way up? Yeah. The front and back cover. And then I am going to put the spine cover on, but I am not going to decorate the cover until the end. I'm going to go ahead and put these on, but I'm not going to add any ephemera pieces or anything like that. Main reason is I want to make sure I have enough of everything for the inside pages. So and I think there's just a few things, but they have on the Graphic 45 video of putting this together, they've layered several pieces, but these pieces already have that layered look to them, so I don't think it's necessary to have, you know, 4 different layers. So I kind of just want to wait and see and add what I need later. So yeah, making sure it's right way up because I didn't realize there was writing on these, but okay. That down, and there again, it sucks the glue up too, so you have to make sure you get enough glue on there. I think this is going to be real pretty. Okay, now I've taken this piece that I'm going to put on the spine, and I've kind of run it along you know, the edge of my desk, and kind of, okay, here's the edge of the desk, and pull it down while I'm holding the top, so it kind of makes it a little curvy, because I don't want to score it, because the scores are going to be wrong, because the measurements are always slightly off. And I'm going to line this up so that it, you know, lines up with these 2 pieces of paper across the top, making sure I get all the way to the edge. And I will probably come back and put lace or some kind of decoration on the spine, so I'm not really worried about contrast and all of that. This kit doesn't have a lot of contrast. It's very monochromatic, which I love. That's not a criticism. I really like this one. Okay, so lining up across. Rub that down. I do want to make sure this is nice and adhered. Kind of scoring a little bit, not really scoring, more pressing, just along that edge, so that it'll know where I want it to go when it's dry. I'm not going to try and fold it until it is dry, because it will slide. Okay, all right, so there is our spine piece, and now we've got these pieces, and I haven't cut them out completely because I wasn't sure exactly how big, but yeah, I can trim those. I'm not sure, I kind of like this one too. Wow, I think I'm going to put this one on the front. And let me trim this up a little bit. I want a little bit crooked. I did change the blade, and it helps quite a bit when you have a new blade. All right. Yeah, so this one will go on here. Now I'm thinking that's a little bit too big, so I want to trim it down, top and bottom, about, I don't know. Let's try an 1/8 of an inch and see if it's enough, and if it's not, we'll trim more. I'd rather take less and have to do it again than cut too much and then regret it. So I am not going to use the beige or off-white lace. There's enough of it on the paper. I'm going to be using the white lace, and that will be my contrast. So I have a lot of it, but also keeping with our theme of white lace and promises. Okay, I don't know what this piece of hair is doing in there. All right, so it's very close to the size of the mat, and so I think I want to go down another 1/8 of an inch, just so there's a little bit of an edge on there. And yeah, that'll give us, I'm going to save that because I've been watching Corey Dahman make her scrapbuster, and this would be perfect for one of her little tags with those little strips. Okay, let's see about this. I think I want it, do I want it this way? I think I want it this way. And then I'm going to center that. Yeah, that should be just right. So if I was smart, I would keep putting the lid on the glue. All right, so let me ink around this really quickly. Okay, so that takes care of that one. And then this one, yeah, I wanted that like that. This one, I think goes this way. So I'm going to put this one at the back, and I'm going to trim this one, not exactly the same, but I'm going to trim inside that one little layer. Let's do this side first. Might use that for contrast a little bit. Not contrast, but just a little bit more embellishment. And then trim this off. Oh, that's way crooked. Now that may not be me, that may be them. Because it is, you know, like a fabric on there. So let's see how that fits. Okay, so now it looks about right, correct, right and left, but I think I'm going to trim about I don't want to trim any more of that lace, so I think I'm going to trim about 1/4 of an inch off of this. This is going to take out some of that jewel, but I need it to come down just a bit. So 1/4 inch off the bottom. And we'll ink this. Double check, yeah. That'll work. And I was looking through, I separated out the pages with the embellishments and the pages that had the double-sided, you know, paper designs on front and back. And so many pretty things in this one. Something's shaking on my desk. I'm not sure what it is. Just my desk? Am I shaking you guys? Apologize. That makes me crazy when I'm watching certain videos and they have, I guess they have stands that are kind of like twisty, kind of probably like my ring light. And I almost get seasick watching some videos because it's like wavy. Like, woo, gotta be careful. Ooh, that's pretty too. Yeah, I think that was a writing. That was for writing on, but yeah. Let's stick with what we started with. If I start second guessing myself now, I'll never get this finished. So, well, I hope the weather is nice where you are. It's supposed to be super hot. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow maybe is supposed to break a record. It's supposed to be 112, and the record was for that day was 107. I don't know if that's the all-time record or if that's the you know, just that day's record. But either way, it's some hot heat. Okay, don't put it on upside down, Kristi. Okay, let's go this way. And there we go. Nice. And they put like some banners and journal cards on the front, but I'm not sure that it really even needs that. And you know what I forgot to do? Let me see if I can peel this off real quick. Come on. Because I make mistakes too. Yeah, I got it just in time. I need to put down the tie. Okay, so let me put this in half. Now I've got a yard of this white trim that I'm going to use for the tie, and I need to put the tie down first. Okay, so let's get that somewhat in the middle. Okay, do that, and then I'll just bring this down. It looks like it's not exactly in the middle, but it'll work. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Where'd my ruler go? Not that it has to be the same top and bottom, but it'd be nice if the bottom was about the same. Yeah, close enough. All right, now let's put more glue on here and try again. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure that's making good contact because I don't want that to come up. All right, and then we will do this one. We inked it, right? Yep. think my air conditioning is drying the glue before. It's getting really tacky before I put it down. So, and before we come back, I'm going to find my acetone and add it, see if that helps a little bit, because I'm really having a hard time squeezing that. Alright, so let's get this one on. Center it top to bottom, left to right. Okay, so there we go, and I'm probably going to put something on here, we'll see. I'm not sure what at the moment. Alright, so let's get this folded back up, and I'm just going to do this gently here. I don't want to tear the paper. Slowly coax it. Same thing on the other side. It's kind of works a little bit better if I just kind of pinch it as I go. Okay, and then I can ink these. Not putting ink on the ribbon, but there's plenty of ink left in here, so. Okay. Well, there we go. There's the cover of our book, and then this will be our little tie. A yard works out perfectly for me, but if you think you might need a little bit more, I figured after all is said and done, you know, I can trim it if I need to, but yeah, just make sure you have enough to tie before you glue that down. But I used a yard, and it worked out perfectly. Okay, so there we have our cover, somewhat mostly decorated. We'll be back and start working on the inside. Thanks for watching. See you next time.